Welcome back to another episode of Cast Cooking. Today we're doing beef jerky on the offset smoker. It's gonna be great. Check it out. Alright, so for today's cook, well, for the jerky anyways, got myself some USDA, well, let me focus on that for you. USDA Choice Beef Bottom Round Roast. So basically, it's a lean cut of beef. You want to get the leanest cut of beef you can because you don't want much fat in your beef jerky, otherwise it won't last very long. If you're going to eat it all right after you're done cooking it, by all means get some fattier stuff, but you really don't want any fat in it, so get the leanest piece of meat you can find. Alright, now there is some fat in here, so I'm going to take that out. I'm just going to score that away. We're going to remove as much fat as we possibly can. Now before I did this, before I started cutting into this, it was completely thawed, so I stuck it in the freezer for about half an hour, 40 minutes to kind of toughen it up. It's easier to slice beef when it's cold. It's easier to trim it when it's cold. You know, you don't have to freeze it. You don't want to freeze it. Just get it as cold as you can without freezing it. Just makes life easier. Get some of that silver skin off. Looks like we got a bit of a fat cap down here, so I'm going to take all this off and then I'm going to cut it in half, and then we're going to start cutting it against the grain into real thin slices, and that way we can put it in a bag and marinate it. You want it thin for beef jerky, obviously. So once I get this all trimmed up, I'll show you what we're going to do for our marinade. Alright, we got this thing trimmed up. As you guys can probably tell which way the grain runs. You can see it runs kind of at an angle vertically. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this in half with the grain. As you can tell, the meat has started to thaw and it's a little more difficult to cut. That's why I put this in the freezer. It's easier to cut or trim when it's cold. A little bit of fat on there still. That's okay. Got that cap off on that one. So now you can see the grain runs vertically this way. So I'm going to be slicing it really thin this way. About 1/8 of an inch. And if you want it a little thicker, you can go, you know, 1/4 inch if you really want to. I'm going to go as thin as I can, closer to 1/8 of an inch. Slice it against the grain so that way when you bite into it, it easily tears apart. If you want long, stringy jerky, if you're into that, that's fine. Slice it with the grain. If you're not sure what you prefer, trust me when I say this, slice it against the grain, you'll thank me later. So we're going to get this sliced up against the grain and begin our marinade. Alright, so I kind of wanted to just show off my slicing knife right here. This thing's amazing. It's going through it like butter. Even though it's warm, it's not really, you know, it's really soft meat. It's just gliding right through it. This is I don't know if you can see that, a Dalstrong. I got it for my birthday actually. It's a Shogun series Dalstrong. Says Japanese Super Steel. This thing, I don't know, I love this thing. It's about maybe my 4th or 5th time using it, but so we're just doing real thin slices right here. You can see I got some over here to the side. Just like that, against the grain, real thin. You know, that's about, you know, a little over 1/8 of an inch. Real thin slices, got a bunch of them. Throw them in a bowl over here, put them to the side. Try to go as thin as you can. You're not cutting roast beef here, you know, 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 inch. They are going to shrink. So I'll finish this up, we'll get our marinade. Alright guys, for our contestants today, for our marinade, we have 1 cup of beer. Yes, it's Pabst Blue Ribbon. I like Pabst Blue Ribbon. 1 cup of La Choy soy sauce. 1/2 cup of Worcestershire sauce. 2 teaspoons of onion powder, 2 teaspoons of crushed red pepper, 4 minced garlic cloves. They were on the small side, so I did 6. 2 tablespoons of ground black pepper, that is freshly ground black peppercorns. Half a cup of brown sugar. I decided to go with a 1/4 cup because I don't want too much sweetness in my beef jerky. I want it to be more peppery, more on the heat side than the sweet side. So I went with a 1/4 cup, but it does call for a half a cup. And the Cajun in me says add bay leaves and cayenne pepper and some Cajun seasoning. These 3 are optional. I am choosing to put them in. You don't have to. I like a little more kick in my food. So let's throw this together. Alright, so you're going to grab a 1-gallon Ziploc bag, and to that we're going to add our soy sauce, 1 cup, our half a cup of Worcestershire sauce, our 1/4 cup brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of freshly ground black pepper, 4, aka 6, minced garlic cloves, fresh ingredients, guys, 2 teaspoons of crushed red pepper flakes, and 2 teaspoons of onion powder. And like I said, the Cajun in me says add bay leaves, so I'm going to crush with my hands 3 bay leaves, 3 small bay leaves. And like I said, if you want to make this your own, you can. That's what I'm doing. I like kick, so I'm going to add some cayenne pepper. How much? That much. It's probably going to be pretty spicy, but that's how I like it. Make it your own. That's the beautiful thing about cooking. And some Cajun seasonings. There's probably some bay leaves in this stuff too. We're going to zip that up. Mix that all together. You know what? I forgot something. 1 cup of our delicious, amazing, the only beer to drink in the world, Pabst Blue Ribbon. Just kidding. You don't like it, you don't like it. Alright, so 1 cup of Pabst Blue Ribbon. Or any beer. Choose whatever beer you like, right? Now we're going to start adding our slices of pre-marinated jerky. Sorry, not pre-marinated, it's raw beef. Add your raw beef to the bag. There you go. I could just dump the whole bowl in, but I feel like putting them in one at a time is useful somehow. Marinated overnight. You can marinate for, I say, as little as 4 to 6 hours. The longer the better. You want this stuff to last a while. Let it marinate for 48 hours. It'll last a lot longer, but keep it in the fridge. You can't just let the stuff sit out on your counter and expect it to last, especially if you've got little fat strands in it. That's what grows bacteria, that's what makes it bad. It'll start to stink. You don't want to eat that. It'll make people sick. You don't want to eat that stuff. So, alright, now that we got them in the bag, we're just going to mix them up. Get everybody happy. Let them introduce themselves to each other. Okay, so once all your marinades thrown together, you got your beef in there and mix it up pretty good. This is ready to go in the fridge overnight. So yep, see you guys tomorrow. Alright guys, our beef has been marinating for approximately 36 hours. And what I'm going to do now is take it out of the bag, get it on these racks, on top and beneath some paper towels, because I want to get all the excess marinade off and dry these out best as possible. Nice dark brown color to them. Alright, get them on the paper towel on the rack. Alright, so you can kind of see what I got going on here. Paper towel on top, beef in between. Underneath that paper towel there's more beef. Underneath that one there's more beef. So, you know, in layers. Paper towel, beef, paper towel, beef. I'm kind of just lightly pressing on it just to squeeze the excess moisture out. And I'm probably gonna take the paper towels off, take the beef off, and transfer it to another dry paper towel on these racks and repeat that process. I'm gonna do this maybe 2 or 3 times to try to just squeeze out as much moisture as possible, because that meat has definitely absorbed the marinade and we don't want any excess moisture on our jerky, because obviously it's beef jerky, you want it as dry as possible. So once that's done, I'll show you how we're going to put them on the smoker. Alright, so here's the second time around. As you can see, looks like it's drying pretty well. Paper towels are working. Not a whole lot of excess moisture left on these, so this smells amazing, by the way. When I open that bag, it just smells incredible. So yeah, I think this is how I'm doing it here. Press, press, press. Get the excess moisture out. Press, press, press. So yeah, I think this is good to go. I think these are as dry as I'm going to get them. So I'm going to put everything like this in the refrigerator to let it continue kind of drying out in there and staying cold. And like I said, I will show you how I'm going to hook them on the paper clips and hang them inside the smoker for optimum smoke absorption. Be right back. Alright guys, so what I was initially going to do was put charcoal in there and use some wood chunks to produce the smoke. You have to keep your temperature really low, like 180 degrees is probably like the highest you want to go. 180 degrees Fahrenheit. But I had a thought. I have this amazing smoke maze, and I have a bunch of, sorry, all the car traffic. I have a bunch of apple pellets. Yeah. Apple pellets just sitting around, so I decided to fill that up with apple pellets, and we're just going to cold smoke it for like 2 hours, and then I'm going to put some coals in there. I'm going to use my chimney here, the bottom side, use the bottom side of that, put just a small amount of coals in there so I can get my temperatures up to like 150, 175, and that's how we're going to cook the jerky. So I'm going to hang it all on this rack, and when the lid's closed, you know, it's just gonna hang there and be exposed to all that smoke, and that it's got the entire chamber to collect all that smoke. So trying to get that started right now, and then we're gonna hook the jerky on the paper clips and then hook it onto the rack and continue this process. Alright, the moment I've been waiting for. I've got my amazing maze with apple pellets going, smoldering away a little bit. So now we're going to take our paper clips, unfold it, and I'm just going to hook the beef on it, just like that. And we're going to come under here. Maybe we'll go a little like that. Just gonna hook it, hang it just like that. So I'm gonna get the rest of these here. Just hook it on. And hook it on the grate. Real simple. And you don't want them too crowded, so I'm going to space them out a little bit. It's just going to help them all get some nice smoke flavor. So about 1.5 inches, 2 inches apart from each other. And I'll show you guys what it's like, what it looks like once I'm done hanging everything. So let me get these hung, and I'll bring you right back. Alright, so we got the jerky hung. Apple pellets going. It's gonna cold smoke, I think. I'm gonna do like 2 hours, maybe less, maybe more. I haven't really decided yet. But once I think they're starting to dry out and absorb that good smoke, I will throw a couple lit briquettes in there and bring the temperature up again, like I said, like 150, 175. It's probably 85 degrees out where I'm at right now, so you don't need to put much fuel in there to get that temperature up. This is a cold smoke. This isn't really putting off any heat at all. It's like, you know, I can hold my hand there and it's not hot at all. It's warm, but it's not hot. So, alright, so let's let them cold smoke and we'll check back on them in a couple hours. Alright, it's been about 2.5 hours. Looking pretty good. You can tell it's getting dark. Alright, I'm gonna get some coals going and we'll be back with you next time I check on it. Alright, it's starting to rain a little bit. It's supposed to get a storm tonight. Just wanted to show you guys that the pieces on this end are starting to get done and the pieces on this end have a little ways to go yet. So as they finish, you're probably going to have to pull off the pieces that are done and let the pieces that are not done stay in there to finish cooking. But these are looking really good. And I tried a little one that was hanging over here, just a little tiny piece that got done first. I tried it and man, it is delicious. So I'm going to pull some of these off that are done already, put them on a little rack, and just pull them off as they finish. Alright guys, so I pulled off a few of the pieces that were done just so I could show you. It's super delicious. You guys got to try this. Very happy with the flavor. There's a little bit of heat kick to it, so if you don't like it too spicy, like I said in the beginning of the video, just leave out the cayenne pepper. But this is perfect for me. I'm actually very impressed with how this marinade turned out. So if you can see, I don't know if it's going to be blurry for you, but it's dry. See those little white fibers that you can see when you pull it apart? That's when you know that it's done and that it's, you know, cooked and ready to eat. Man, it's almost like a teriyaki flavor. You got that wonderful flavor in the beginning and then the heat comes afterwards. Man, it's just, it's not leather, you know, it's nice and pliable. It's not like chewing on a shoe. It's just delicious. I'm gonna do this all the time. This is amazing. Definitely give it a try. Give it a shot. It's well worth your time. Thanks again for watching. Subscribe, like, share with a friend, family. We'll catch you on the next cook.